Right, evening ladies and gentlemen. Welcome through to DuePoint. Thank you for all of you who've tuned in live this evening to hear us. I'm really glad that you've come out. Thursday night. Who's a Thursday? We're almost there, okay? But instead of spending money tonight, we're going to try and make some money. Guys, welcome to DuePoint. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. You're not dealing with a startup company tonight or some kind of garage thingy. This is for real. We were first registered in 1952. We're nearly 65 years old today. So you might not have heard of DuePoint or Constantia, but we've been around for quite some time. And I want you to be comfortable with who you're dealing with this evening. So take some time afterwards. Go and look next to the front door. You'll see all of our licenses and registrations there. Know them. Look them up. Trust who you're dealing with here tonight. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number. Go find us on the FSP's website. I also want you to be comfortable with the team here this evening. This is us. We're a motley crew. Although we're working on it. You see, we're working on trying to be beautiful people. I am the best and most beautiful here, though. I am Brendan Benfield, Senior Executive, founder of the division and of the team here. I've spent 20 years in the financial services space. I'm a chartered accountant. You can see me talking to the other two chartered accountants. They're just pretending they know what's going on, but only the three of us you can see there. Chartered accountants. So lots of number crunchers in the room and lots of people with experience in the financial services space. This is Tim. He's our banking expert, spent a decade and a half with the first RAND group working with the executive team reporting to the CEO there. He kind of knows what he's doing in that space. This is Jane. This is Stacey. That's Jane. This is Stacey. Stacey is our auditing specialist. She comes out of Deloitte, spent years both locally and internationally working for Deloitte, so she brings technical skills to the team. Then we've got Jane here. Jane's our direct selling expert. Spent nearly 20 years, both overseas and locally, in the direct selling space. One of the only people I know that's actually changed their citizenship and become a South African. Now that makes me proud, okay? So when we say we're a homegrown South African team, even our European compatriot here is actually South African. That's fine, great. Then we got Rob. Rob's our design guy. Everything that you see, feel, and touch here tonight has been designed by him. He's specialized in the financial services space, ran his own digital design firm for the last 20 years, working on InvestX brand, MasterCard, Visa, all of those sorts of things. He too knows what he's doing. Now, like I said, we kind of all got the set of skills that we're going to need to build a little bit of trust here this evening, but the most important fact about us is that we are here. This is a homegrown South African business with South Africans running it right here. You don't have to look us up on Skype. You don't have to, find us in Russia or America or wherever these things come from. We are right here, and you can find us Monday to Saturday in these buildings. Now, what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Well, we've got two objectives, but our primary objective is to put into the hands of South Africans in our current economic crisis the ability to create for themselves recurring, reliable, lifetime income. It's a big statement. It's what we are doing here at DuePoint. We all understand the economy that we're in right now. It is a complete disaster. You look at the newspaper every day and it's like self-harming. It's like when you click on News 24, it's like you've got a knife and you're just cutting your wrists. That's the way I feel when I read about it. We have people who are meant to be in positions of leadership and building our country up, and it doesn't look like they're doing that for us at all, does it? As we on the ground feel it. We feel it and we know it. We do not have the ability anymore to be confident about our income. We know this. The economy is shrinking. Businesses are closing. More and more people are being fired and retrenched as we see the economy continue to shrink. And so if you believe for a minute that you've got a reliable source of income because you have a job, bad news. Factually speaking, it's very likely in the next 5 years you will lose that job, even if you're great at it. That's what's happening in our economy at the moment. We know that as employees, we have no say in what our income is. We have no say in what our bonuses or increases will be. But what we do know for certain is that every year things are getting more expensive. Every year. Rob was saying just 2 nights ago that he'd read an article on Tuesday where a whole bunch of experts had got together and said, if you want to run a family of 4 in South Africa and keep them eating healthy, just eating healthy, so enough calories of the right nutrition, for a family of 4, you need 7,500 Rand a month. 7,500 Rand, when the average income is 4,000 Rand a month. So double the average income to buy the food that you need to survive in South Africa as a family of 4. It's absolute nightmare. That's the crisis that we're in. Whether we like it or not, whether we're blaming politicians or economists or whatever we like, the fact is we're in an economy where we have lost control of our income and have little prospect as individuals on the ground to make a financial future for ourselves. And we at DuePoint, as our primary objective, want to start changing that. We want to put in the hands of South Africans the ability for them to build reliable, lifetime, recurring income. That's what we're doing here. Now, when we do that, we believe we can start working on some of the sort of symptoms of the economy that we're in right now. One of which is debt. I don't need to sing that song. You all know it. You're all experts. In fact, you probably could all go to the Olympics for being successful and professional debtors. Where Rob always says, we love debt in South Africa. We go searching for it. You get a bank account and you start getting envelopes in the mail or emails on your computer to tell you you've been approved for loans. And what do? Do we ever reject any of them? You've been approved for 150,000 Rand? Yes, please. Party time. Let's do this. Okay, 150K. You know, they said, the research currently says the average South African owes 289,000 Rand. The average income, 4,400 bucks. But the average South African owes 289,000 Rand. I used this story in the past. You know that we're the highest per capita Porsche owners in the world. You wouldn't suspect that in South Africa, would you? Per person, we own more Porsches than any other nation on earth. Those have not been bought with cash. This we know. Do you know where the biggest Porsche dealership in the world is? In the world. On the corner of Main Road and Witkoppen. The biggest Porsche dealership in the world. Go to the website. They're actually very proud to state it because we buy so many Porsches here. On credit. On credit. That's how mad we have become. Now, if we as DuePoint are able to put into your hands the ability to create extra recurring lifetime income, our hope is that we can start getting on top of this. Start getting rid of this and in time put you in a position where you don't need it anymore because this poisons your financial future. We also want to put you in a position where you have a future. Right now, 99.5% of people, according to Fin24 last year, in South Africa have no future in South Africa. No chance of being ready for retirement. None at all. 99.5% of us, guys. That's everybody in this room. That's all of us will not be ready for retirement. Why? What do you need to be ready for retirement? Well, you've got to be able to earn at least as much as you're earning right now. Just your expenditure is not going to disappear when you go into retirement. You still have to eat, you still have to live. So you have to continue to earn what you're earning now. In order to have an asset big enough, a cash balance big enough for you to earn each month in interest, what you're going to require to feed and house yourself, you need to have saved on the day of your retirement 10 times your annual salary. That's 10 years of your current salary has to be saved. Who of you is on track to save 10 years of your income right now? Can you imagine that? Who of you are going to have 10 years of your annual salary saved on the day that you retire? No, 99.5% of us will not. That is not my statistic. That is Fin24 who worked with the FSB and Stats SA on a massive research project. We're in trouble. But if we can place at DuePoint recurring lifetime income in your hands, when you retire, the income continues. And you do not need a giant cash balance in your bank account in order to change your financial retirement. Okay, that is our primary objective. Our secondary objective at DuePoint is to become a 21st century company. We as consumers have changed the way we consume. We are plugged in, we're online, and we want direct relationship with our suppliers. With that objective and our first objective put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is very simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task for us at DuePoint, and that is to connect us to people. Everybody that you know and everybody that you're going to know in this life, we want to know too. By connecting us to those people, over time, you will have created for us market penetration. You will have created channels of distribution into which we can come and facilitate the purchase of our products. When we do that, we create revenue. When we create revenue, we create extra income for you in the DuePoint system. Now, you'll see this is extra income. It is not replacement income. We do not intend to replace your salary. If you've got a salary right now and a job, cling to it, keep it. It's putting food on the table. It's not enough to live. We know this already. But what we hope is that with this extra income, you can start bridging the gap. That's what we wanted you to do. Just bridge the gap between what you're spending and what you need to get on top of your expenditure and your debt, and hopefully start building a financial future for yourself with us. We build it on a recurring basis. That is the cornerstone of our system. You are not peddlers of goods here at DuePoint. You will not be buying boxes after this of cleaning agents and energy drinks and vitamin tablets and all sorts of nonsense that you have to run around and sell to your friends month on month on month, and some months they buy and some months they don't, and you've got to convince them that it's better than what you can buy at the spa, and some days it's not, and you have to order it, and none of that occurs here, because that does not create recurring income. It doesn't. It creates patchy income and a lot of expenditure. With the DuePoint system, we build the entire model off of financial services and lifestyle products. They last your entire life, and they run off of a debit order system. A debit order system that's systematic, computer-driven. You never need to return to people to ask them to pay again. It recurs every single month, and as a result, every month that people successfully pay their debit orders, you earn your income. That is recurring lifetime income that we've created. It is the cornerstone of our system. The second thing that we have in our system is the ability for you to be greater than yourself. Right now, you are limited to your 2 hands, feet, and 8 hours in a day. That's what you're limited to. The moment you run out of time in a day, your income stops being produced. With the DuePoint system, you can create income 24/7 by utilizing the skills, times, talents of other people as you build your channel. I'm going to show you how that works through the course of this presentation. Folks, it is completely flexi time. You are not employees of ours. Please do not run out of here this evening and set up a Facebook page that's called DuePoint Recruiting. It's already taken. Some other person has taken it already, but whatever you come up with, we are not hiring here at DuePoint. That is not what we do. This is not an employment contract. We put in your hands a tool, and you will choose how to use that tool, a lot or a little. The more you put in, the more it will put out. The less you put in, the less it'll put out. But it is a tool, and you will use it when you want to use it. Not on our terms, on your own terms. You are completely independent of us. Folks, there is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. None at all. You are not, as I said, going to buy a starter kit this evening. You are not going to have to pay us an amount of money to become a wealth engineer. There is no monthly fee, business fee, service fee, market fee, sales fee. There's none of that. And there is no cost for our application forms. There are no fees in addition to our market-priced products that you'll have to pay. As a DuePoint product owner, you are automatically a wealth engineer as part of the package deal, and it costs you nothing further. So tonight, folks, if you do choose to become a wealth engineer, no money will leave your pockets, and so you don't need to worry about that on this particular occasion. It also does not require any particular qualification or experience. You're not brokers of ours. You're not agents. You're not financial advisors. That's like a fun one. We see that on Facebook. Ooh, I've just become DuePoint's new financial advisor. No, you have not. Okay? You are not a financial advisor. You're not anything. You have one task: to simply connect us to people. That's your one task. We do everything else for you. And so it is for everyone. Everyone in South Africa can become a wealth engineer. You are building a big asset. A real asset, a valuable asset. An asset is something that creates recurring income. Where you create recurring income, you can price it. When you can price your channel, you can sell it to someone else. You can transfer it, and it will outlive you. One day when you pass away, it'll be handed over to your children. Instead of handing debt over to them, you will hand to them a channel of income that recurs every month. This is a complete mindset shift to what we have had in South Africa to this point in time. Folks, you do not form any part of the sales transaction here. It is very, very important that you understand this. You need to flick that switch in your head. If you've done any direct selling before, turn that part of your brain off. You do not sell products at DuePoint. That is our task as DuePoint. Your task is simply to bring people to us. So we have people say to us, but Brendan, what am I going to tell people about DuePoint if I can't talk about your products? Well, first of all, you'll see I'm going to spend 2 minutes this evening out of 60 talking about our products. That's how much emphasis I'm even going to put on them. But for you, you have one message for people. There is an opportunity at DuePoint to create lifetime recurring income. That's your sentence to people. There is no products in that sentence. And you've got 4 ways of bringing people and connecting them to us here at DuePoint. First is obviously in this room. If you're from Gauteng and around here and you want to bring people, put them in our room. That's the first way you can do it. The second way is you can buy a USB stick from our reception counter. It's got our presentations on it. Plug it into your TV screen or onto your laptop, and you're playing people, me on your screen, our presentation. The third way is our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is available to you 24/7 anywhere you like. And it's got hundreds of presentations on. You can pick your favorites, and you can use those. And then, of course, we live stream every one of our presentations out of here. So if you want to, and you can't get here, no matter where you are in the country, You can be sitting with an internet connection on your phone, a tablet, a TV, a computer, and I'm live and in living color in your lounge for you. You don't have to present, and you are not part of the sales transaction at all here at DuePoint. We've taken all the pressure off you. All the rubbish bits are gone. You're free now to start building a financial future with DuePoint. All right, so how do we do that? Well, you've got the one task of telling everybody about the opportunity. That's all you're going to tell them about, is the opportunity. As you do, they go through the 4 ways of seeing DuePoint in the presentation, one of the 4 I just mentioned. Some of them are going to catch the vision. Not all of them, you know that. Especially if you show your family, they'll just reject you by principle. You should have got the blue car. I told you to get the blue car. You know, like it doesn't matter what you say, they're going to reject you. But others will catch the vision. And when they do, you'll add them to DuePoint as wealth engineers, and we will allocate them to you, and your channel will be born. They will then go out and do the same thing, and some of the people they talk to will become wealth engineers, and we'll continue to allocate them to you in time. And it can take time, as we will discuss. Your channel will grow across provinces. We've seen it happening repeatedly. And soon you've got droves of individuals talking about DuePoint and the opportunity and adding wealth engineers to your channel. We then come along as DuePoint, not you. We come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products in this channel of distribution you have created for us. And your income is born. Now what's very important to note is that this is not a scheme. It's like the favorite word at the moment. It's in the newspapers, and it's a scheme. People don't even know what a scheme is. You can get very legitimate schemes, okay? But this is not a scheme. It is not a shape, okay? Which is what your dad will tell you when you go tell him tonight. You go, pyramid scheme. That's not who we are. We're listed, okay? Not in some dark end of the earth, on the JSE, okay? We are regulated by 8 regulators that are not in some island somewhere in the Caribbean, but here. The Financial Services Board, National Consumer Credit Commissioner, you know, I can just go DTI, I can rattle them all off. They're in our offices. This is legitimate. But because it's legitimate, it's exactly like your employment or when you decided to start your own business. It's going to take time for you to change your future with it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not in any way, shape, or form that. People come in here are very disappointed that after 3 months they're not millionaires. Okay? Let me save you the disappointment. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You will pour time into the DuePoint system and you will reap financial freedom, but later. That's what you do, like you're doing in your careers right now. This is what I always say to people. How many thousands of hours have you poured into your employment? How many thousands? It's 40, 60, 80 a week. But when someone says, hey, I've got a job for you, you run off and go and do it. But when I say, let's do this, people say, I don't have time for that. You don't have time for this, but you'll pour 40, 60, 80 hours a week into a dead-end job. And I can say quite confidently it's a dead-end job because only 0.5% of people are going to be ready for retirement, and only 0.5% of people ever reach their aspirations in employment. The rest of us jump on that treadmill, boy, to nowhere, and we just pedal it out until we die. That's what we do. That's a fact. That's not a marketing statement. That's a fact. You guys are actually comfortable with throwing time away. You are. We're all quite comfortable with it. No, we're going to have to pour time into this to change your future. But it can change it quite dramatically. Now, there's 2 ways that you can earn with the DuePoint system. The first one is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every time somebody in your channel makes a successful debit order payment for their product, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So, for instance, you run out, you chat to a few people, they take up a product, we successfully raise a debit order against them, and for every month and every product that they pay, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, that's 55 Rand. Not 1 Rand, not 5 Rand, not 12 Rand, 55 Rand. Every month that debit order is raised for every product. This is significant and material money. It's 21st century money. Now, these few folk go out and they talk to a few people, add a few people, they pay for their products successfully. And again, these are people that you introduce to introduce people. Second point, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've only been here a few minutes and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand in this particular example. 1,000 Rand doesn't change your life, but you're feeling it already. Now, you start putting a little bit more effort in and your channel starts to grow. And as it goes out and people make payments and you qualify to earn, you start earning on a reducing basis the further away it gets. However, there is no limit to how big you can grow your channel with the DuePoint system. From the 8th point on, wherever you qualify to earn, you will get 4% of 27 Rand 50. This means you can grow a channel to 25 points, to 60 points, to 100 points over the rest of your life. And where people make their payments and you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of 27 Rand 50. You are not limited in any way in the DuePoint system. Your income is yours to control. So let's look at that practically speaking. How much can you earn on a monthly basis in our returns program? Remember, this is the first way you earn. Well, that's a very difficult question to answer because every one of you will grow at a different rate. You just will. Some fast, some slow, some medium. So we had to kind of find something that we could work these numbers out with. And we did that by taking about 20 years worth of data, doing some number crunching, and coming up with a growth formula that we feel is quite conservative and reasonable for you to be estimating your earnings off of. We call it the 3+2 growth formula. It says in your first month with us, put just 3 people on your first point. In an entire month, put 3 people on. Okay, this is not an unreasonable ask. Then every month thereafter, you have to put 2 people on your first point, 3+2. Now, the important thing to note here is that this is where the persistency and determination is going to come in. You cannot put 3 people in and then quit. That's not how this works. You have got to pour time into the construction of your channel, which means that you've got to do it month after month after month. 2 people, 1 every 14 days on average. This is not an unreasonable ask, okay? People get all excited about the fact that there's only 2 people, and then 90 days in, they're telling me, Brendan, I've spoken to everybody, they all said no. Okay? Folks, there's 51 million people in South Africa. It's going to take you more than 91 days to talk to all of them. Okay? You have to keep going and pour your time in. Now, if you do that, +2, +2, +2, work with your teams, and we take off lapses and cancellation rates and people who are not going to do 3+2, we come up with what we think is a reasonable expectation after 6 months of being with us of 2,500 Rand a month. That's how much you can reasonably expect to earn. It's 30,000 Rand a year. It's not life-changing for you. It might be for some, but generally it's not. But it has already added 30,000 Rands worth of household income to you in 6 months. Now, if you push through to a year, if you're persistent enough, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 1 year. It's this time next year. 10,000 Rand extra a month, every month. 120,000 Rand a year. Doesn't matter how much you earn right now, an extra 10 grand a month regularly, reliably, changes things. It changes things. But it means you need a year's worth of effort in it. Now, if you can persist to 2 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. You've done it in 2 years. Again, doesn't matter how much you earn. 30,000 Rand a month, every month, changes everything about your finances. 360,000 Rand a year. If you could do 3 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 40 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year in 3 years worth of time and effort and commitment and persistence. In 4 years, we reckon you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. And after 5 years, half a decade, we reckon you'd be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. It's 5 years, not 5 clicks of my mouse. Okay, 5 years, 60 months. If you can persist that long, we believe you can reasonably expect to be earning this. Now, of course, on Facebook, they'll tell you you can earn 300,000 Rand after 3 months. Yeah, no. That's not real, it's not reliable, and it's not sustainable. What we have created, we believe, is all of those things, but it takes 5 years. How many years have you spent in your career? How many decades? Has it got you to 80,000 Rand a month? Has it got you to 60? Has it got you to 40? Has it got you to 30,000 after all of those years? 5 years is long while you're in it, but quick when it's behind you. But that's what it's going to require with real determination and persistence for you to get there. You're dealing with people at DuePoint. And people are remarkably disappointing creatures. Remarkably. Like I say that every time, and it never loses its meaning for me. On a daily basis, I deal with disappointing individuals. Sometimes it's me. Okay? We used to have a saying, I lived in Australia for a while, I used to take the tram into town. And on the tram they said, if you couldn't find the weirdo on the tram, it was you. Because there was always at least one weirdo on the tram. Okay? And you know what it's like. People are disappointing. But there's lots of them. There's lots of them. And you've got to put time in to change your future. All right, now, Let's see this in action. This is just maths. We've got lots of people earning. We had another 103 people earn in addition to what we were paying before in just the last 4 weeks. Another 103 people started earning at DuePoint in addition to the hundreds that are already earning. You can chat to them. Some of them are in the room here tonight. In fact, quite a few of you are in the room here tonight, earning already. Let's look at it on the ground. This is just maths. This is what people are doing on the ground. I've just got a small sample for you. Our latest guys that we chatted to, Mike and Wilner, Kempton Park, Joburg. They've been with us for about 14, 15 months. Okay? Doing this as an extra income. And every 4 months, they've been doubling their income. Every 4 months. Any of you getting a raise every 4 months? 100% raise every 4 months. No? No. Well, yeah. Every 4 months for the last 12 months, they have doubled their income. They're quite happy with their progress. I mean, you keep that up, you know, it gets pretty serious. They have put time in, 14, 15 months, but they have now got, what's that, 96,000 Rand a year that is coming towards them. 96,000 Rand. What does an extra 8,000 Rand a month do for you? Maybe you're not going to get there. What's an extra 5,000 Rand a month going to do for you? What is your, I'm not promising you 100,000 Rand a month because we don't need it. We want it, but we don't need it. What we need is an extra 5, an extra 8, an extra 10. It changes everything. There's another lady, Lydia. Lydia, also from Joburg, joined us 20th of October, six and a half months ago. And over the period of 6 months, she's built herself an asset that's worth nearly 130,000 Rand a year. 130,000. But maybe that's the best you ever do here, 5,600 bucks. It's extra, it's in addition to what you're earning right now. What does that do for you? What does it do for you? This can be you. 6 months ago, Lydia's full-time employed, full-time employed. And she said on Tuesday night when she was talking to us, she said that every year they dread their every month rather, they dread their paycheck. Because as that paycheck comes out, comes in, they watch it go out. They have it for 5 seconds and it's gone. And she said last year October she met up with one of our wealth engineers here, and she said, I need an idea. I've got to break this cycle. And of course she came here, and 6 months later, her income looks like this, in addition to her full-time salary. That's what she's doing. Then we've got Rudolph. Rudolph's been with us for a year as well now. He's been with us 15 months, and he has systematically grown his income to an asset that's worth 300,000 Rand a year. Now, let's look at my maths. My maths said 2,500 Rand after 6 months. All of these people have done better than that. All of these people have done better than 2,500 in 6 months. Some of them are double that number. I said 9 to 10,000 after a year. 25,000 after a year. This is in your hands. It's in your hands. This is a tool that you will use, and you will decide how you use it. And you will find in the DuePoint system, I say this quite humbly, that there are no bottlenecks, no blockages, no nothing. There's only one thing we couldn't fix in our system, and that was you. You are going to decide whether you're going to accelerate through this or whether you're going to watch it stand still. You're going to decide. But if you become like any of these people, you can do it. Now, they're not the only people. There's hundreds of people earning in the DuePoint system at the moment. Go to our YouTube channel. Go look them up. Some are earning 1,000 Rand a month, some 4,000, some 5,000, some 10,000, some 70,000. It's completely up to you. All their testimonies on our YouTube channel. Go and read them. Go and watch the videos. Know that the system is working and that my maths was wrong. It was way too conservative for those that put their heads down and their shoulder to the wheel. For those that do nothing, they earn nothing. That's how it works. But, as I said, as a wealth engineer, becoming a wealth engineer doesn't cost you anything this evening. That's the first way you earn. Put it in a box, put it on a shelf. We're now going to look at the second way you earn. Do not mix these two together. Everybody's always mixing these two. This is the first way. Now we're going to talk about the second way. Second way is through our XP Rewards training program. This is how we train you from beginner through to expert. Some of you have never done this before. No problem. We hold your hand and we put you through a step-by-step process. And as you complete these steps, we allocate to you, XP points. XP points are a measure of your experience. They're not worth a single cent. Don't let anybody tell you they're worth rands. They're not. They are simply a measure of your maturity as a wealth engineer, your advancement as a wealth engineer. And as you perform these steps, your channel will naturally grow. And where you meet the XP requirements and the channel size requirements in our training program, we reward you reward you with cash, a little bit of cash at the beginning. It takes you a few weeks, you can have it if you want, or you can take forever to get it. It's completely up to you. As you get a little bit mature and your channel gets a bit bigger, well, so does the cash that we reward you with. Then we start to reward you with tools. Tools we know will accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick. It comes from the United States of America. It's worth just under 2,000 Rand these days, thanks to the Rand. And it comes packed with all of our presentation, downloads, testimonies, tools, everything that you need, and it plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa, which means that anywhere you are, anytime you plug it in, you can be talking to people about DuePoint. No need for an internet connection. At rank 7, we give you what we think is the most powerful tool in the building of channels, your own set of business cards. But these are imported business cards, gold gilded, gold flecked, custom made for you. And they're worth 12,500 Rand. When you give somebody a business card from a set that costs 12,500 Rand, you know they're going to ask you who's DuePoint and what do you do for them. That's what they're going to ask you. And your channel starts to grow. You want to see what a set of these look like? Go and look in our glass cabinet. They're there. Go and see what you get at rank 7 when you get there. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year for the rest of your life we'll take you and your family away on a 1-week holiday, 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. Okay? This is where I lose people. They're like, rubbish. Okay, go to our website. Go and see. Go and see the pictures. There's my ringing phone. You see, there we go. I'm never going to hand out those golden certificates, ever. One night, there's going to be an evening where nobody's phone rings. I've got special golden certificates made for that night. And you must know we do these presentations 6 days a week. So, boy, and they're gathering dust, those certificates. Alrighty, guys. Every rank 9 comes away with us on these. And the trip is every year. We're going in December this year. We are. We've got a whole bunch ready going. Rooms booked and paid for. Tickets booked and paid for. Okay? They're there already. People say to me often, Brennan, this is just marketing. These things come and go. You can wrap up your shop tomorrow. No problem. If that happens, the rank 9s and me are going to commiserate on this beach here. We're going to lie here and we're going to complain about how DuePoint ended. That's the worst case scenario for you. Yeah, these things do come and go. We've been around 65 years, so we're doing okay. We made it through the first year. 99% of businesses fail in the first year. We threw that one. Okay? Guys, everybody's going to go away. And we're going to go away proper. Go away proper. Here's where we're going. This is actual footage of where we're going at the end of this year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the path you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
So you can see we're not going to the caravan park. It's pretty serious where we're going. And the beautiful thing about DuePoint and the entire system is that nothing is won. There's no prizes. There's no winners. Everything is earned. It's a set of criteria. You achieve the criteria, you come away. We don't pull names out of a hat. It's not the first 5 people. It's every rank 9. Now, we are going in December this year. There's still time. Any one of you in the audience here this evening, and any one of you watching us live out there, can still make it and can still come with us. It's completely up to you. You will determine it, not us. You will determine it. But we go every year. So if you miss this one, it's all right. Keep building, because you're not joining DuePoint to go away on holiday with us. You're joining DuePoint to create a lifetime income. That's what, these are just training perks along the way that we do for you. Now, I've just seen on Facebook that there's a nice post. This is a good example while we're all watching, okay? DuePoint, with DuePoint, you can be earning 34,745 Rand within the first 2 to 3 months, okay? What did my maths say? 6 months to 2,500 Rand. I wonder how they got to the 34. Guys, it is possible, but it is incredibly unlikely that you will earn that. This is a time business. You need to pour time in, and as you pour time in, the earnings rise. So don't ever believe, even if it's got DuePoint next to it, because this stuff's just nonsense, that you can become an overnight millionaire. Nobody becomes an overnight millionaire, okay? Here, we genuinely build our futures, genuinely. But instead of having some other remuneration committee tell you how much you can earn, here you can control how much you earn. Now, at rank 11, we give you another very useful tool, okay? Your own car. It's not rented to you, it's not given to you for a month or for a year and then taken away. It is your car. It's not branded, it's yours. You will build your future off it. This month, we had a wealth engineer go rank 11. Stick around a few weeks, you will see us deliver their car to them. Okay? That can be you next. Okay? People always think we like marketing here. We're not marketing here. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this for those who put their heads down, shoulder to the wheel, and start physically building a new future for themselves. Every month we run Wealth Quest as part of our training program. These ones you can get excited about. See, the rank 9 one might be tough for you to make, but rank 1, yeah, get excited about rank 1, and get excited about the fact that we have a Wealth Quest that we run every month. It runs from the first to the last day of every month, and where you qualify or you meet the criteria of the quest, we reward you with tools we know will accelerate the growth of your channel. They're designed to build solid foundations, but they're also designed to equip you. Every month there's a different tool. So some months it'll be your own iPad, your own iPhone, cash, smart TVs, data routers and Wi-Fi connections, all the things you're going to need in building your channel, we put in our monthly Wealth Quest. Now, they only run from the first to the last day. So I'll have people come to me like 3-4 weeks later and go, "Hey, Brendan, I made April's Wealth Quest." I'm like, "Sorry, yeah, it's May." And May's Wealth Quest is the Young Guns Wealth Quest, okay? It runs from month to month, and any one of you can achieve it in the month, okay? We've still got a few days. You can still make it. Young Guns, what do you need to do this month? You have to find 2 people under the age of 30, so not 30, under the age of 30, okay? Put them on your first point and get them qualified before the end of May. That means they need to have found 3 people each, and everybody must have paid before the end of May. For those guys coming 3 weeks after, okay? They must have paid before the end. If you can do that, you're going to have your own smart TV. It was wonderful today. I had somebody say, I talk to people and they go, "There's no ways they'll give TVs to everybody." Well, go and look. There's pictures of people that have received smart TVs before. We didn't paint that from like Google. Like, let's get a person with a TV and put them. These are real people. You'll find them here tonight. Get it? And you can be it too. Now, it's not a little TV like this. Although I threaten people that it'll only be a little TV like this. It's a big TV. And it's not a TV for watching movies on. You can do that too. It is a tool for you to show the DuePoint presentation to people. Because remember, you don't do any of the presentations here. You will use the TV to grow your channel. It's smart. It plugs the USB stick in. You can plug your internet connection into it. It is everything that you need. Folks, people ask me, "Brendan, I don't get it. Where does all the money come from?" Well, it's very simple. In the traditional space where I spent most of my career, what we did is we marketed to you directly. TV adverts, radio adverts, SMSs, bathroom campaigns, taxi rank campaigns. Anywhere we could stick an advert, we put one on. That costs hundreds of millions a month to do. Nobody ever asks, "Oh, the math doesn't work there." No, well, it does. What we do is we take the cost of all of that advertising, we build it into the price of your product. When you pay your funeral cover, when you pay your car cover or your banking fees, 35 to 50% of that fee is next month's marketing. simply how we pay for it. And then here at DuePoint, you will notice that we never ever run an advert. Not ever. The products are priced the same, but we never run an advert. So all that money that would have gone to SABC, DSTV, and all the billboard companies and that is now available for you and your channels because you create the penetration for us in bringing people to DuePoint. That's how it works, folks. You can come and talk to me in more detail if you want afterwards. Guys, there's 3 products that we as DuePoint facilitate the purchase of in your channels. But you're going to see I'm going to spend 120 seconds on this now. And you're going to spend 30 minutes with me outside discussing just this. Guys, this is not what you do as wealth engineers. This is what we do. So, our first product is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan costs 299 Rand a month. It gives you your very own tax-free investment account, of which, of that 299 Rand, we take 100 Rand and we put it in that tax-free investment account for you, and there is no notice period on that investment account, which means that the money is immediately available to you. So the real cost of this product is actually only 199 Rand a month. The other 100 is in your investment account and you can withdraw it at any time. In addition, for the 299, we give you 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. And what did I say? As part of the package deal, you automatically get to be a wealth engineer. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product is 274 Rand a month, and it gives you 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. One premium payment, you undercover. No waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no maximum age limits, no medical declarations or examinations. How are we able to do this? Because you are dealing with the source here this evening. This is the insurance company. You are not dealing with a middleman in this process. Our third product is our Wealth Points product. It's 274 Rand a month. And for the 274, you get access to the leverage we have as a corporate in the market. We go out and we negotiate discounts, prices, packages, vouchers, account managers that you couldn't do, or it would be very difficult for you to do as an individual. And for 274 Rand, you get access to those discounts. Checkers, Hirsch's, Take-A-Lot, Eagle Ford, you name it. We've got lists of them and we're constantly adding suppliers. The idea of this product is to make your expenditure more efficient, so that whatever you're paying now, you can reduce and still get the same, but at a less price. This is how we kind of tackle both ends of the spectrum. Create income, reduce expenditure cost. This is one of my most exciting products. I get very excited about it. It is a non-financial, non-insurance product. Folks, and as a wealth engineer, you get the entire support, or the support of the entire executive and management team here. Monday to Saturday, you can book us. We'll meet with you, with your channels. We will set goals with you, strategize with you, train you, motivate you and your teams. We're available for you at no charge. You get all the facilities here, Monday to Saturday, at no charge. You can use them. Presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee, all available to you. You get all of our state-of-the-art technology at no cost. And as I said, we live stream our presentations across the nation at every presentation. This means that you have a national footprint with your channel. You can be building in any province in this country with us live in the living rooms of all the people you want to show DuePoint to. All of this you get as a product owner at DuePoint, no fee to be a wealth engineer. So, that's DuePoint. People tell me, Brendan, it's a lot to think about. I need to go and do some more research. It'll be very disappointing research, because we told you everything tonight. You can go to our website. It has everything there, plus full product documents, full Wealth Engineers Code of Conduct. You can download and read them before you've even clicked apply. But if you do decide this evening to start changing the nature of your future, get off that treadmill and take some control in this life, in this economy, in this country where we don't have much control left, then it's very simple. All you've got to do, jump onto our website. It's DuePoint.net, click apply, complete the form, and you're a wealth engineer in 5 minutes. You can use your iPads, your phones, you hook into our free Wi-Fi, our iPads outside. Use them, and you'll be done in 5 minutes, and you'll receive a W number. That W number is the birth of your channel. It can be worthless, or it can be magnificent. You will decide. There is no guaranteed value to it. You will decide the value of it. You're in control of it. Once you've done that, I want you to sit with the person who brought you here tonight and tell them what your goal is. Not the 100,000, What you need to start breathing again. 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, you need to tell them. And then you need to make a plan with the DuePoint system to get there. Because without those two things, 90 days from now, you'll be gone, earning nothing. And we don't want that. We want you guys putting your heads down and starting to change our economy here in South Africa. All right. Folks, we have lots of tools that you can use to accelerate the growth of your channels. Go get them at reception. You can buy them there, or you can order them on info@dewpoint.net if you're not in Joburg or around here. Folks, our USB stick. This is not the important one. This is one you can afford. And it's got a few presentations on, which allows you, without an internet connection, to show people the DuePoint system. Very powerful. Business cards. You're not going to have to pay 12,500 Rand for this set. It's a much more reasonably priced set, but it's wonderful. It's high quality. Get it. Use it. Start growing your channels with the tools. We've got power blocks. People are always asking us for charges. Oh, I can't finish the application. My battery's running out. That's not my problem. That's your problem. Get a power bank and you're always connected. You're always able to be growing your channel. And we've got all sorts of other bits and bobs. Go find them. The prices are on the counter there. Get tooled up and ready to go. Guys, if you become a wealth engineer this evening, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, it's free to subscribe to it, and it lets you know then, once you've subscribed, the moment we go live every day and the moment we upload a video. It is an incredibly powerful tool that you will use often in this business. And then download our free app. Download it here while you're connected to the Wi-Fi. The app plugs you straight into your channel. In real time, 24/7, you know what's happening in your channel. It's got all of our training on it. Your personal documents and details are on it. Everything that you need is in that app. Get it on your phone and on your tablet this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, you will get to see over time, but I'm hoping already tonight as you've looked around you, that we are very serious about what we're doing here. Very serious. We do all the showcasing and that, but at the core of it, you will find that we are impassioned about changing South Africa. There is not another system like this in the country right now. There isn't. I can say that hands down. And we want you involved with us. If you have any questions or concerns, come and ask us. Don't believe it's something when it's not. Come and ask us the questions. Get involved with us and let's start changing our futures together. Guys, thank you very much for your time this evening. I will see you all outside, and thanks for watching us live, guys. Thanks.
No problem. What are you going to do? Airplane mode is the other doesn't silence it, just stops when you come up my signal. No, not tonight. Okay. Alright.